friends, it's Nancy, and I'm here to do another desk scrap challenge. So while I was tidying Monday morning, I found all of these papers inside books. Okay, I was putting away some books. I found 3 postcards, so I've gone ahead and punched those using my Big Shot. And I will probably do another voiceover because in order to get lots done, it takes time. But it can get pretty boring and tedious. So, yeah, I will probably do that. So I'm just inking up the edges here. That one is the Jefferson Memorial. I would have seen that. Yeah, I've been to Washington twice. This is from 1947. This is the sunny Florida as seen by Streamliner. Oh, Doug's back from golfing. So I probably have to pause. This is Colorado. And September 1945. Okay, I already did the tabs, or the reinforcers, so that won't take long to... I don't know why I did that. I wanted to make sure the right reinforcers went on the correct card. I won't take the time to decorate these. And I got these 3 tags done. I'm not going to embellish them. They're just ready to go. Move that over there. Now let's see what I have in here. I'm wondering if a lot of this I can just throw out. I found these pages in a French textbook, and they're kind of interesting because the typing is purple. I'm guessing that's part of the copying feature. Got this old photo, and they are glued down back to back. I don't think I'll be able to make use of them, but that family is pictured on the front porch of that house that's in this top picture there. I'm gonna use the family. So I'm just gonna trim it down. There's another picture on the back, or there was another picture on the back. There's some staining there. So I trimmed that off. And I'm trying to decide whether I cut that spare person off the right-hand side. There's kind of a crack that goes straight down that photo. I'm tempted to cut that person off. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. Oh, I like this one. I'll probably make a page out of that group photo. I think it's from the 1930s. It has all the names on it. And that's the junior class of Beaver City High School. These are all handwritten notes and not the most interesting penmanship, so I'm going to toss those. There's some more French stuff. Nah. Okay, there's some purple typing. Keep that. And more purple typing. These look like they're exams or something. I'm going to see if I can take that pencil off. Nah, I ripped the paper now. Okay, those will all go in. Oh goodness, that'll go in some kind of a journal or other. And well, let's see what else we've got. Okay, got this old receipt from, I think it's 1913 or something like that. So I'm just going to glue it down to this paper and see if I can come up with something. And spoiler alert, I never come up with anything for this, but at the same time, I kind of appreciate that I've extended the length of time that this piece of ephemera is going to last. And I don't have anything on the desk that I want to decorate it with, so it can go back into the stash. I briefly consider making a tag out of it and putting that other piece on the back as a pocket. And then I notice that photo is going to separate from the backing. Not perfectly, but that's what junk journaling is. Perfectly imperfect crafting. Yeah, I desperately want to use that. I thought resizing the photo might do the trick. Let's add a little bit of ink, see if that streamlines anything. Makes the decision easier. So I'm just going to put a little bit of ink and turn that slightly askew, and stitched it with some messy stitching. Pull those threads to the back to tie a knot, and just going to add a piece of paper to sort of encourage those threads to stick up a bit. Yeah. Let's do a little more fussing. Okay, yeah. There's that bee back. That sort of green color matches that kind of gray-green color paper at the bottom. Oh, and this part takes forever to make a decision about too. Should be grateful for speed ramping on my video here, because it took me forever to figure this piece out. Oh, let's make it a little dirtier. Okay. Now, yep, that's gonna do. Ta-da! There I am trying to use that word snippet again. So I sewed all the way around that card, just tying off the ends. and we'll give it some ink. If I can find my ink. Oh, actually, I think I'm looking for my tool to press down the stitches. There it is. I could see it all the time, but I couldn't find it. Adding a little extra in the corners. I've got some kind of goop on there. There. Perfect. Now, let's see about a word snippet. It says celebrate the good times, but how about we just do the good times? There, that's a good place. Get the glue before you change your mind. And I just randomly cut these word snippets from books that I'm throwing out or magazines that have nothing left that I want to use. Okay, here we go with the pink again. I'm going to fuss with this. I really do like, that embossed paper. It's got a white core, but it's pink. I'm going to place that there. No. No. And there's that piece of ephemera again. Oh. Just giving everything a sort. Got another piece of embossed paper here. This is a different embossing folder. Giving everything another look over. I'm picking up a bunch of this and just chucking it. I've been hanging on to it far too long. Just giving everything another sort. Okay. I got some random papers here. Okay, I've got this piece. This is book page. I'm going to glue it onto the back of this calendar page. It has a dot grid on the other side. And I will trim off the edge that has the pink there. But first, snap the blade and make it a fresh cut. Perfect. I'm just going to use this little piece of check. A little dash of ink never hurts. So I'm going to glue that down and give it a little smush to give it some texture. And glue down this piece left over from a postcard. Looking cute. Now, I want to add something in that corner. A little more ink. And ultimately what I decide to do is fussy cut those flowers. And here they are. And I've just cut out 2 flowers I left behind. There was another great big green stem in the middle. I left that out. And I'm just going to piece these together so they look like they're one from the same stem, I guess you would say. I like how that turned out. And again, I'm looking for a word snippet. Sometimes you can just have too many options. In this case, I know I want something that's on a light background and something small. Let's go with joyous. I'm just going to trim it off a bit. I want the shape to be pretty square, pretty perpendicular, and parallel. Glue it down before I lose it. I sort of want to put a hole at the top, but I can wait. Oh, yoy, this is back, and I still don't know what to do with it, so I put it back. Okay. I've got an old piece of book page, and this is part of a receipt from a hotel in Scotland from the 1950s. Turn around, tear that way, so it doesn't, it's not quite so square. And this is just a leftover. I don't want to throw it out, so I'm just going to glue it down to my masterboard. Perfect. Back it goes. Now, I'm going to add this. This is that embossed piece. And now I have this label packaging from some vintage paper doilies. I don't feel like it's strong enough yet, so I'm adding another piece of paper to the back This is an old piece of composition book paper, I think. Or no, actually, it's from an address book. I've got some old masking tape here. Just ink it up and glue it down. I briefly thought about sewing around that label. But what I do consider is, you see how the gold swirl along the edge of it? I might find a photo that gold swirl acts as a frame. A little bit of ink to bring out that embossing. A little more for the edge. Okay, there's another one done. Okay, now I have this envelope. It's for pills, so it looks like it's a prescription from some doctor. And I'm going to make an over-the-page, scrappy notebook kind of thing. So I'll assemble a few pieces of paper, ink up this envelope. It has a doctor's name on it. I'm just trying to ink that edge of the paper. Okay. Now I'm going to fuss around with this for far too long. Oh my goodness, I have the yawns today. Tear some off. And I decide I need to cut a little line to put a brad through. I'm going to add this piece of ledger at the back. So it's like a coin envelope, that sort of a shape. And then just pop that brad through. Now I'm going to fuss with decorating the front of that envelope far too long. And honestly, I never come up with anything. So let's take some more of this junk off the table. And at the end of this session, I actually do chuck some paper because it's just been on my desk too long. Now, some of these things are actual genuine ephemera, so I'll keep those. Like that little piece of writing on that paper, that's from an old spelling dictation book. Remember spelling dictation? We used to have spelling dictation every Friday morning. Yeah, I'm not. Briefly consider wrapping that around the envelope. I got these two little images that I cut from a book. One's of daisies and one I think is a floral shop. Again, I briefly think about these berries. I think about it, but that's as far as it gets. I'm going to chop these windows off, see if that makes a difference. And no. Give up, girl. Quit trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen. Try that piece again. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is what I got done. This is an over the page sort of thing, so that would flip up and that gives us a little bit of room. Let's punch a bigger hole in there. I'll decorate that at some other point, I guess. I was going to stitch this and then I decided, no. I might put a photo over this and use that as like a frame. This one I'm thinking about putting a little hole there for a ribbon or something. I think that's kind of a nice tag. Here's a nice journaling card with some old stuff on it. Made these 3 tags with reinforcements. Found this under my cutting mat. I made that a while ago. So I got 4, not counting that, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I will do something with that. I don't know what yet. Plus, all of these things will get turned into pages at some point. I think I'll pick out what's genuinely ephemera here and save that, and the rest I'm just going to pitch. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you thought this was kind of an interesting little event. I love making stuff with scraps. So take care of yourselves. We're going to talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.